Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are in the farmhouse kitchen and I'm here with Mama and we are going to be doing some cutout cookie making. You show your cutout cookies.
Valentine cutouts.
Yeah, so we're going Valentine's theme. So we got all the hearts, we got some squirrels, and we got some bunnies, kind of like spring thoughts. So I'm really excited. Where did this recipe come from and why? Well, I can tell you why I like it because it tastes divine. But where did the recipe come from?
Years ago, way back in my retail days, I should say, not business, oopsie. Retail days. I think we were married, but you weren't even born yet. And I worked with an Amish lady, Martha, and she gave me this recipe. Sour cream cutout cookies. It's the best cutout recipe. I make this every time. They're just
for Christmas, the holidays.
Yes, they're really soft, delicious, moist cookie.
Baby wants some cookies. So I'm really excited. The key that we will talk about is not to overbake the cookies, and that makes it really moist and not so crunchy and hard, which I think is a common thing for cutout cookies to go south
and not
really
as
fast.
much flour. You gotta watch the amount of flour you use too.
Yeah, so let's get to baking and let's get some cookies in this tummy.
With the ingredients, we're going to need a cup of butter.
I'm just gonna stand back here.
Okay, you do that. So we'll put our 1 cup of butter into the mixer.
Butter makes the world go round.
Soft, make sure it's soft. And the softness is gonna depend on how creamy the mixture is too. I mean, you do want it soft. So to that, we're adding our 2 cups of sugar. And this is where you're gonna start beating this because you want this to be creamed. Your mixer is different than mine. Okay, so we're going to cream this.
Butter makes the world go round and around and around.
Yes. Okay, 2 duck eggs.
Not duck eggs. We just have duck eggs because we have ducks, but you can use chicken eggs.
Are these really duck eggs?
Oh, they're really duck eggs.
They're like massive.
Oh yeah, they're duck eggs.
Okay.
I noticed that like the duck eggs are a lot
There's a lot of yolk.
like,
I mean, a lot of
stringier than a chicken egg.
Yes. Okay. Get that mix. I'm gonna wash my hands.
Okay.
Let that mix look like. Teaspoon of vanilla. Is it 1 or 2 teaspoons?
2. We like it extra vanilla.
Those duck eggs, yolks are really yellow too. Okay. Now you just cream this, and then you're gonna add your sour cream.
Do you think that the sour cream is what keeps it so moist?
Yes. This is what makes it delicious.
Really?
Yes, really. This was 1 cup of sour cream. You're gonna post the recipe, right?
Yeah. Look how yellow the duck eggs made it.
It really.
Okay, so what's next?
Okay, we're gonna start adding the dry ingredients. I think your duck eggs were bigger than normal because mine's usually not this runny. So I think the size of your eggs really made it.
What can I say? We grow big eggs around here.
I said. Okay, this is where it's gonna get tricky. Where's your sodas? Okay, it's a teaspoon of baking soda, and then
A teaspoon of, you added the baking powder.
what did I add?
So it's a teaspoon of baking soda, a teaspoon of baking powder, which we just added. Did you add this in?
No, I gotta get that. My thing was all dirty from the vanilla.
The thingy was all dirty.
So a teaspoon of that.
Yeah.
Soda. Okay, this is where then you're gonna start adding flour. This is like regular flour.
Yep.
All-purpose flour.
Yep.
And then you just start adding your flour. What's that? Well, it calls for 5 to 6 cups of flour. But depending on, I think with your eggs being so big, I think it's going to take more.
So just kind of back and forth.
Right. And your mixer is going to fly everywhere, so I'm going to turn it real high. So you really get it incorporated. I don't even know how many cups I'm at. How many was it?
Go back and look. I think it needs to.
Well, you're going to need, I can tell, it's still too runny. Look how it's really wet. See how wet it is? You don't want it that wet. You don't want it that sticky. It's like really sticky yet. So we're going to do another cup.
Okay.
We're just going to do slow mode until it incorporates here. Yeah, those duck eggs really made it yellow.
Yeah. It's gonna make it rich.
Okay. And this is where you just start going to see. This is where it's just kind of a judgment of how sticky it is. This looks good. It's not too sticky on your fingers. Oops, I just flung that, sorry. At least I went in the bowl. You don't want to add too much flour because too much flour is going to make it so doughy, so compact. But this looks like a really good amount.
Okay.
So this, we're just going to take this off.
Okay. Hold on. So once you have all of the ingredients added in,
I don't mix it too much. I don't like to over mix. I think over mixing just makes them drier too. Just get it incorporated. You can tell like once all the flour is incorporated. See how it is sticky like right now? Once you put it in the fridge, it's going to give time for that to get solid again. And then when we do roll out, it's going to be a lot better to handle. It won't be as sticky as it is now.
so in the fridge for how long?
2 hours at least. You can kind of tell once you go and pinch it if it's not sticking to your hands. I've done it overnight. The batch I made this morning was been in since what, 8, 9, 10, until about 4 hours, and I think that's just the right, because you'll see here. But this is ready to go in the fridge and just cover it and let it sit.
Perfect.
Actually, I made this morning at my house. I made it at 8 o'clock and it's been in the fridge. I pulled it out a little afternoon to come over here to Alyssa's, but you can tell how much better you can handle it. Look at your hands. So by putting it in the fridge for that long is perfect. So Alyssa's gonna roll them out. We'll sprinkle some flour and go to town. I've never actually froze it, but you can freeze the dough. Just put it in a seal tight.
So you made like 2 batches at a time, you did.
Right. Yeah. And this is where I try not to handle it as much. You don't want it. I think the more you handle it, the tougher the cookie's gonna be. So yeah, just sprinkle your flour on it. I always
What do I do here?
I always like do this. Flip it. Well, not too much. Too much is going to. Okay. Once you get this down, you sprinkle a little bit on top. And then you should just flour this and then just roll it out.
How thick do you go?
I don't like to go thin. Now here's where I would take it to and I'd flip it again just to be there. Okay. And it looked like it was pretty well floured. I don't like a lot of flour. But yeah, you can. Thinner than that. I would go thinner. A little bit.
I was getting ready to use my squirrels.
Maybe just a little bit. There you go.
Perfect.
That's it.
Yes, yes. Look at these little cute little squirrels. Oh my gosh. Got a little squirrel cutout cookie. Or cookie cutter. Okay. Okay, seriously.
That's cute.
I cannot.
Squirrel.
And then we have a little bunny.
You can see the thickness. I don't like to make them too thin. I think this is just the right thickness of it. It's going to be just the right size. You gotta flour your bunny. Rub it. That's what I always do.
Flour the bunny.
Go like this and put some in the center of the.
Where's some of our hearts? We need some of our Valentine's hearts.
There's the hearts. Your oven is on.
Yeah.
Okay, oven is preheated to 350. This is what's really important when you put these in. You don't want to over bake these. You want them very soft. The most I've baked them is like 10 minutes. 5 minutes, I flip them, do another 5 minutes and take them out. You want them really not baked too much. That's what makes them really good. So, now you can tell just by yes, these are really soft. They're perfect. See how they indent? Or the bottom, that's perfect.
This is a nice air bake pan too. We were just discussing how much the pan kind of really does affect the cookie.
Yes, use the air bake. If you have air bakes. Okay, all the cookies are made. So now we're gonna move on to the icing, guys. This is just a basic, very simple. I've been making this since I was living at home with my mom. It just consists of powdered sugar, some melted butter, and then some milk. And all you're gonna do is just, depending on your consistency you want, but it's just the powdered sugar in a bowl. Add some butter. I just drizzled it. It's just kind of a preference of, and then a little bit of milk, and that's what's gonna just start making it. You'll know once it's too runny, it's, you know, not runny enough. You just add, and you can see it's gonna start coming together. Now your powdered sugar, we should have sifted it. Your powdered sugar is kind of lumpy.
I like lumpy powdered sugar.
A little bit more butter. And a little bit more milk. There, now it's coming all together.
It's my favorite part of the cookies.
Let's sprinkle them.
Ooh, putting the icing on.
Yes.
We need a pink heart, so that's what we're gonna start with.
Pink heart. We got some red, pink, some hot pink.
Mom makes delicious cupcakes. She had a cupcake business, and she has the bee's knees of all the sprinkles that you could ever want or
Oh
need.
yeah. Oh, isn't that cute? Look at that. Look at that, folks.
Look at that.
Look how adorable. Adorbs.
Show them.